You're listening to Snippets from the Summit with your host, Scott McKay.
How's it going, gentlemen? This is your main man, Scott McKay, coming at you again with another Snippet from the Summit as part of the Mountaintop podcast from X&Y Communications. Today, I've got one of the most direct messages I've ever had for you guys. It's something I can't believe nobody's ever talked about, but boy, is it important. Let's just get right to it, gentlemen. Never, under any circumstances, ever, act like someone who can't get laid. Not ever, and not for any reason. Now, if that sounds all too obvious to you, well, it should. And in fact, you should use that measure as a yardstick to govern all of your actions. Unfortunately, I see way too many guys, even guys who study how to get better with women, violating this code constantly, all the time. How and why does this happen? Well, I think I know the reason. It's because we let our guard down, thinking our actions, thinking our words really don't matter in the moment because, hey, you know what? There's not really any women around, and, you know, even if there are, maybe they'll excuse this momentary lapse of reason, if you will, to quote Pink Floyd. Well, guess what, guys? You got to ride herd on this all the time. Even if you're making fun of someone or being a goofball with other dudes, you can't do those things that guys who have trouble with women do. No goofy expressions that make you look like a dork. No imitations of someone else that make you sound like, well, you're not very smart or not very socially adept. None of that stuff. And certainly in any social situation ever, no tantrums when you don't get what you want. You know, like a little boy would do. That's not very sexually attractive to women at all. No spasms of disdain for women that make them feel unsafe, especially in the moment when a woman says no to you or gives you an answer you didn't want to hear. No action that is ever even mildly unhinged, let alone flat out psychotic. Always ask yourself, is what I'm about to do something a sane person would do? I'll tell you where guys slip. When we get upset driving in traffic, when someone annoys us, when we're dealing with customer service at a restaurant, when we're out on a date and things don't go our way and we think someone who is part of the team trying to help us is part of the problem, we kind of get angry, we get unhinged. The bottom line is this is about letting your guard down and letting yourself speak words and commit behaviors that aren't going to help you appear attractive to women at all, and as a matter of fact, will probably do the exact opposite. We may even know it's going to do the exact opposite, but in our immaturity or our lack of polished skills with women or, lack of having built the right habits, frankly, we do it anyway. No drunken stupidity, ever. How does that start? By not ever getting drunk, especially in front of women. It's about what you wear. Hey, you love those cargo shorts. You love wearing your hat backwards. That's the lack of fashion sense that's going to keep you from getting the women you really want. What you do. Hey, you know what? You can play Dungeons and Dragons until you're blue in the face. I just wouldn't brag to women about it. Where you hang out. Is it at the comic book store? Well, if it is, make sure women don't see you hanging out there. What are you interested in? I've told you time and again that my entire family is involved with BMX racing. But if you brag to women you barely know as a 40-year-old man about how much you're into riding little kids' bikes around, they're probably going to roll their eyes and not think of you as the next guy they want to ravish them in the bedroom. Basically, gentlemen, it comes down to this. Whatever you say, whatever you do, never make any woman who is an innocent bystander think, there's just no way any woman would ever give their vagina to that guy. Why do I have to say all this? Because guys still do it. We as men, and I'm raising my hand, I've got a history here. We think there's wiggle room. Well, there isn't. Want to talk about this or anything else? Scott at mountaintoppodcast.com. Be good out there.
As always, visit mountaintoppodcast.com for more.